I started out in my garage, taking apart my parents' bikes, and which didn't always work out because they need to go ride and their bikes are in pieces. But that's kind of how I learned. And then I got my first job at a local shop, and they kind of teach me the ropes. My name's Bryce Hansen. My profession back home would be a bike mechanic. Been doing that for 3 years. It's my passion, so I like working with my hands and I like racing bikes. So I figured I'd put those two together and make some money on it. I like having a problem and solving it. And so if something's broken and I can fix it, that's kind of rewarding for me. If I'm at work, if somebody brings in a bike, it's trashed, super old, they think it's garbage, and then I'm able to kind of bring it back to life. I see the beauty in bikes. It's like a relief for me. I like working with my hands. And anytime I have a lot going on or whatever, even if there's nothing broken, sometimes I'll just take it apart and put it back together. It's kind of my escape, I guess. It's a learning process. There's always something to learn, so it's cool because no mechanic is ever 100% expert. Technology is always changing. People, are always bringing in different things. One day you have the newest cutting edge stuff, and the next day somebody brings in something from the 70s, and so it's kind of you have to be really well rounded, and that's kind of really exciting. It keeps you kind of intrigued, and I like learning on the new technology that comes out, and every year there's always something new. So I started riding back, I guess 6 years ago with my dad. It was kind of something for us to do together. And we did the t-shirt rides, just social stuff for fun. And I'm really competitive. So obviously I wanted to get into racing. I started racing road bikes and did that for about 5 years and raced at the elite level. And that was a lot of fun, but kind of got a little burnt out. So I started racing mountain bikes a year ago. I started out at the lower level, and one race they moved me up into Cat 1, which is one below pro. And I guess a couple weeks ago I was ranked the number 119 to 29 Cat 1 racer. Had a concussion, so that season ended early. I know my machine from top to bottom, and I think that's an advantage that a lot of people don't get. So I know the sounds it makes. I know, if something's wrong, how to treat it. And also the confidence too. I know when I start on that line that everything's been checked over, and I kind of have my seal of approval on it, and so I have that extra sense of confidence to where when I start that race, I know the machine is in tip-top shape and I don't have to worry about mechanicals and stuff like that. I like being the fastest out there, and so that's kind of my motivator. I don't like being beat. That goes back to just my competitive nature. But then of course, staying on top of the podium, it's all worth it. The training isn't fun and working is hard, but when it shows up on race day and you're able to come out in front, that's really rewarding. I love it. It's definitely something I love to do. I think I'm going to be doing it for the rest of my life.